Hi guys! You may have been wondering where I have been like for the last week or something. First of all, I went to a Christian camp called The Edge. It's quite small but it's really nice. It was a really emotional week but so fun, and I saw friends that I hadn't seen for like in a year, so I made some new friends and so that was cool. Then literally the day after I met my best friend from the internet called Hope for the first time. It made me very happy. And then the day after that was summer in the city. So today I'm going to talk about the pros and cons and some tips for summer in the city. So first of all I want to talk about the ticket system that they had. It sounds like a good idea, but in reality it didn't really work. So basically the ticket system was that you would start queuing for a certain person, and half an hour before that meetup would start, the first 200 to 300 people would be given a ticket, and that would guarantee that they would meet that person. However, this didn't work, as people would start queuing for a certain person hours before they even started their meet and greet, and they gave out the tickets so early. I got to Summer City and the first thing that I was told, the wristband thingy, yeah, other than that, the first thing they told me was Dan and Phil have sold out. And you know, that kind of made me a bit gutted as well. So I want to talk about my experience with the ticket system. One experience completely failed, and it ended up in people screaming at the security people and like crying and stuff. The other one worked out quite well for me, which I'm very happy about. So the first meetup where I tried to get a ticket was Luke and Emma. We were queuing for 3 hours and we thought we're definitely going to be able to meet them. We were quite near the front. The problem with that was, like, the queues were so wide. They weren't like really neat and tidy in the middle, and the second day they actually had to use tape to say where you could go. So we were towards the right, and people who were behind us, who had been queuing for less time, started creeping towards the left of us. So they were like in the same place as us, like, so we were here and they were there, but they had been queuing for less time. And the most stupid thing about this was the people at the front and those people that had pushed in from the back got the tickets. And people like me and so many others who had been queuing for 3 hours or maybe even more didn't. And yeah, you can understand why people were screaming at the security people and crying. We were so angry. I mean, it's not Summer City's fault. You know, they came up with a reasonably good idea, it just didn't work, and so a lot of people got upset. However, I did actually get to meet Luke and Emma because some YouTubers actually went past their allocated time for doing meet and greets, which was so nice, and Luke and Emma were some of those people. So we did get to meet them, but yeah, we were one of the few lucky ones that didn't have a ticket who got to meet their faves or whatever. My other experience with tickets was the Jim Chapman meetup. It was raining on Sunday, which sucked, and I got very wet, but it meant that we could get in early, and so we got into Summer City about 10:30. We're meant to open at 11. We just immediately started queuing for Jim, and the tickets came round, and this lovely girl got us 2 tickets from the guy, and I really felt sorry for the people that gave out tickets, as they just kind of got mobbed. Admittedly, a good thing about Summer City, I don't think any YouTubers actually seriously got mobbed, from what I can think. Yeah, this poor ticket guy got completely mobbed by teenage girls, but we got a ticket. I nearly lost it. I didn't. But yes, then we were able to meet Jim, and that made me mega happy as he was so lovely. Yay. Okay, so that was my experience with the ticket system, as I like to call it. Like I said, it rained on the Sunday, which meant I was queuing for 2 hours to get in to SitC in the pouring rain. We had an umbrella, but I think I was in between umbrellas, so I just got dripped on. I was so wet, and I don't think I properly dried till the end of the day. I remember after meeting Jim and having to apologise for him for making him a bit soggy whilst hugging him, and I was like, oh my gosh, my legs are finally getting a bit dry. But it made you a bit uncomfortable for a while. So, advice to people, please look at the weather forecast before you go to an event like that, because if you know it's raining, just take umbrellas, and you know, I should have worn my raincoat. If it's hot, wear appropriate clothes. You don't want to get soaking wet the whole day, and you don't want to be absolutely boiling. Another tip is food. Bring money and bring snacks is all I can say really. I didn't actually have the pizza at SitC, which I'm a bit sad about because apparently it was really good. But I also had snacks, and I must admit I wasn't really hungry the whole time I was there, which was a bit strange for me. But having snacks was so handy because in a queue you can just like munch on food, and even if you don't eat all of it, because I didn't eat all the food that I bring, at least you have the food just in case you do get hungry. And bring money for like the evening, or if you want to get pizza, come prepared. Okay, so I've kind of moaned, kind of said some tips. I now want to say the good stuff about SitC. The first room that you went into, what I like to call the merch and game place, and it was so good for meeting YouTubers, as like a lot of them, like Jack Howard, Ben Cook, Bri, were just hanging around their merch stalls, and it was really nice just to meet them. You could just queue for about 10 minutes and then you'd meet them, and it was just so much nicer than the whole meet and greet experience. I mean, it was good and a bit more of just a community, and it was really great. And that was another good thing about SitC. There were always things to do. Like I said, there was this game place. They had this YouTube area where you could film like a little short thing with YouTubers, but they'd like slow it down. It looked really funny because they had like blow up animals which you'd like chuck around and stuff, and it looked so cool, and you could do that with your favourite YouTubers, and that was awesome. They had Xbox games like Avengers, they had PlayStation games like Little Big Planet and SingStar. There was just so much to do, and there was little chill out areas where you could watch films as well. Well done SitC, because at some points you were like, oh, what should we do? But there was always something. Also, there were always things going on the main stage as well, which was really great, as in the queue I think I went out like to listen to Tom Law and Dodie for a bit, and like loads of people were like performing, and it was just nice like just go and sit in there and watch the performances. Even if you didn't even know who the people were, it was like quite entertaining, so good job. I think probably the last tip I'm gonna give people, with events like this, you're gonna be queuing for, let's face it, probably hours. And so it is so great if you can make friends in the queue. Queuing for Luke and Emma, we made these 4 really nice friends who we're gonna stay in touch with definitely. They were so nice, and we got their Twitter names, and I'm sure we'll like talk more and stuff. Queuing for Luke and Emma again, I made this really nice friend. She had green hair, that was cool. It's very easy to make friends like places like that as well, because you all have stuff in common. Queuing for Jim, there was these 2 really nice girls, and they also liked 5 Seconds of Summer, which I may have got into recently. But it's so easy to make friends and just talk to them about stuff, because like I said, you'll have stuff in common with them because you're at an event that you all really like being at. So it's very easy to just chat, and you need something to do when you're queuing because you do easily get bored. It's always nice just making new friends, and if you're like a bit anxious, I'm not the best at making friends. Like everybody there is so nice and so lovely, like just have a go at talking to them. Like if you overhear some of their conversation, you know, if it's something that you like, I'm sure they won't push you away, they won't be mean, they'll be like really nice just to have a little chat to. And again, if you're on your own, I know it can be quite hard and stuff, so like having someone to talk to whilst you're queuing. It's just nice being able to make friends, and also you might not be able to meet your favourite YouTuber, but making friends and meeting friends from like the internet and stuff is just as cool. Also, you know, if you're starting with YouTube and they're just starting with YouTube, then that's pretty cool. Make friends. Next year there is going to be a new system. Basically, you're going to have to book online for the person that you want to meet, and you'll get an allocated time and will definitely be able to meet that person, and that means hardly any queuing. And I'm not gonna lie, I am really happy about that. This volunteer lady told me, but if that does happen, it will be so good, because I mean, like, so many people have got cut off this year, they got cut off last year, they've been disappointed, but I think that system's really good. I think that's it. Basically, you might be able to tell, I loved SitC. It was the first year that I went, and it was so great. And, you know, yes, there were some things that were bad about it, but I think they're still learning, and it was really good. I am probably going to make a different video with all the videos that I got there and pictures of me meeting people. See you in the next one. That's all. Bye guys. I mean, after queuing,